Well, good afternoon. How is everybody? Looks like a lot of you beat me here today. Okay, who do we have? My goodness. My goodness. Anna, hello. Pat, hello. Yes, Pat, it's always Eastern Standard Time. Same time as you, I believe. So it's always 2 o'clock. If I do 7, it gets too late for those in the UK and other places. Oh, Lucia? Candy? Yes, I'm here. Oh, Linda, hello. Is the music too loud? Should I turn it down? How's that? I can hear it here. Hi, Heather. I can hear it. I can hear the music here, but I don't want it to be too loud for you guys. I must apologize for my last floss tube because when I was talking, I thought I had the music turned down, but I couldn't hear it. So it was a little louder than I thought it was when I recorded. So I do apologize for that. Linda, you like the music? Good. I made a whole Christmas playlist for us. Mandy, hello. Yes, Candy, ragdoll is a breed. I used to have 2 ragdolls. We lost them a couple years ago, though. Oh, my baby girls. Let me turn it just a smidge. Yes, I did remember Lucia, not Lucia, Lucia. You usually only have to remind me once, and then I get it. Oh, so how is everybody? Are you all getting ready for Christmas? Jeep girl, is it? No, wait, let me remember. It's Case. Is that right? Case or Casey or something to that effect. I think. I really, really enjoyed your videos. I really, really did. Oh, no, this is Heather. My cat now is a tuxedo. It was previous to these 2 that I had ragdolls. Yeah. Callie and Eva. Case. Okay, then I got it right. Oh my goodness. This old lady's memory isn't too bad after all. Oh, well, Starlet, do you want to come and wrap all my presents that I have? Because, oh, itchy nose, sorry. Because that's all I have to do yet is wrap some gifts. I didn't, shopping is all done. Oh, you're baking cookies. Oh, Lucia, you're baking cookies. Oh, I didn't bake any. Don't need them. Cookies is the last thing that I need. I don't need them. No. So that's great that everybody's getting ready for Christmas. Celia, it's snowing in Iceland. Oh my goodness. Oh, for heaven's sake. You know what? We were supposed to. There was a storm coming across the country, and it was supposed to give us some snow when it got to us in Pennsylvania. However, we got just rain. Just rain, no snow. A little bit of a wintry mix, like sleet and freezing rain, maybe. But yeah, just enough to make it kind of sort of miserable. It was just a yuck day. Now today it's sunny and windy, and maybe we might have a little bit of dusting for Christmas. maybe. Case, you have to wrap. Martina, hello. Oh, Martina, I saw your finish of the chart. Absolutely wonderful. It looks gorgeous. You did an awesome job. How wonderful. Lady Bell, you got 2 foot of snow in New Hampshire. Oh my goodness. Hi, Bruce. Haven't seen you in a long time. Glad you're stopping by. But maybe you're stopping by, but you're just listening and not posting. Freezing in Minnesota. I believe that. Oh, my belief. Oh. We had snow. Lucia, you had snow the last 2 days. Welcome to twice as much. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Yeah, that's, you know what? Snow is pretty as long as nobody walks on it, nobody drives near it, and it just stays beautiful and white. But yeah, after that, it's a dirty, disgusting mess. A couple of inches in Iowa. Oh my, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get snow for Christmas or not. If we don't, that's okay. My husband doesn't need to be out shoveling snow anyhow, so that's quite all right. It doesn't upset me in the least. And with his breathing, because he has COPD, he doesn't need to be shoveling snow. Not at all. So it sounds like everybody's getting ready for the big day. All this time to prepare for Christmas, and let's see. How long does it take for it to be over? About 10 minutes. Yeah. My daughter, her husband, and the grandkids are coming Christmas Day. So when they get here, it will be quick open my presents. And then Emmy, my granddaughter, will say, "Here's your present, Nana. Let me open it for you." And then she'll rip it open, and that'll be the end of that. Let me help you, Nana. I'll open it for you. Oh, Michigan, it's cold with just a little snow. We had a lot of snow, giving our new snowblower. Oh, Bruce, bless your heart. Oh, Heather, there's panic. Oh my goodness. Well, do you know what? It's getting to the point. Snowing here is not like it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I can remember we had to I lived in the city. I lived in Reading, which is north of Philadelphia. And we had to shovel our parking spaces out. And the snow between the cars was way taller than the car. And of course, way taller than me because I was just a kid at the time. And it was like that all the time. And of course, when I went to the high school, I had to walk up the hill to get to the school. It was it was right around a mile. I was just close enough that it wasn't eligible to take the bus. I had to walk. Going up wasn't so bad, but coming down, it was all downhill, and you slid most of the way down. But we haven't had snows here like that in years. In fact, the last couple of years here where I live, we've barely had any. You know, maybe once last year we got the snowblower out, maybe once, and that was about it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I miss those kinds of snows, but on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm glad we don't get them. But now that I'm retired and don't have to drive in them anymore, makes my day. Makes my day. So, stitching wise, my friends, what are you all working on? Is anybody stitching anything special today? Did you get all your Christmas stitching done? Lucia. Yeah, we got, well, you know what? When I lived in the city, we didn't get snow days. We went to school regardless. Um, yeah, there was no such thing as a snow day. We went. Yeah, cold. Yeah, and you know what? It isn't really that cold today either. It's like, it's in the high 30s, I think. I can't quite remember. Pandemic, you're within 100 and oh, good for you, Starlet. Oh, I wish I could remember your name. That's terrible. 150 stitches to the end. Oh, Heather, you're using Markup. Do you know what? I have that on my iPad here, and I have my iPad on a keyboard that I was going to talk a little bit about Markup today. How are you liking it? Let me know. Missy, you're doing a Christmas Afghan. Good for you. Silja, still working on Christmas Lodge. Oh, you know what? I have that one. I need to. Yeah, I need to. What's one more start? What the heck? So what if you never finish them? Pandemic, good. Winter Stars from Modern Folk. Oh, who's going to do the 2023 stitch along from Modern Folk Embroidery? I am. What's one more? Seriously, what's one more? Yeah, I'm actually going to do it on 25 count. I'm going to do it over 1, and tell me what you think of this. I am going to use, in place of what it shows as tan on that chart, I'm going to do in red. And what shows as the dark color, I'm going to do in 3371. That's going to be my color scheme for that. Oh my goodness. Lucia, you like? Yeah, I like the new. Oh yeah. I like the features in Markup. I really, really do. Yeah. Bruce, you're going to do do we need to do a stitch along for that one? What's one more stitch along, guys? I'm doing Teresa made me do it, stitch along, because she did make me do it, you know. It's all her fault. 40 count 1/2. Good. That would be nice, Lady A Bell. Haley Cross Stitch, where have you been? I have not seen a video from you in forever. Where have you been? You're going to do a 45 count over 1. Oh, bless your little heart. I wonder where you got the 45 count. Oh my goodness. You started the last 513,000 stitches on a stitching show. Oh, you guys are a hoot. Oh my goodness. Kelly, teaching, tired. Yeah. Is it going better for you? I hope so. I think of you all the time, and I have been meaning to message you, and I just haven't gotten there. Well, I think maybe we need to do a stitch along for Modern Folk Embroidery 2023. I think we do. You know what? What's one more? I'm doing Teresa made me do it with a Bella Filipina. I've never stitched one of them. Well, I shouldn't say that. Allie, hello? My goodness, all kinds of people here today I haven't seen for a while. God, you're all here. Welcome, everybody. I am so happy you're here. So happy you're here. And Nicole is here. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is great. This is great. Well, how about I got the link of the stitch along. Oh, hi, Annie. Yes. Anybody that wants to check out, it's hashtag Teresa made me do it. And it's going to start on January 1st. And Teresa's going to do a live. Teresa Little Stitcher is going to do a live on January 1st. I'm not sure the time yet. To start, and if you can't start on January 1st, she's going to do the next Sunday for the rest of those that want to stitch along and can't make it on the 1st. And we're stitching Bella Filipina. Teresa and I are doing Magwayans. But you can do any fancy lady, whether it be Mirabilia, whether it be a Bella Filipina, whether it be a Told in the Garden. Is that who did the angels and what have you? Yeah, anything. Or now Teresa talked about this, a fancy man. For the fellas in the stitching world, maybe they would want to do a fancy man, even though they are a little hard to find. But if I remember right, the designer of Bella Filipina is thinking about doing some male figures. So, hey, jump right in there. Annie, that's a story and a half. The tests. Some of you may have remembered that my husband is having some issues and needed to have an MRI. And we went last Monday for his MRI. And we get there. Of course, you have to wait a little bit till they check you in and do all that good stuff. And when they were asking him the questions, they asked him about metal and asked if he had any metal in his eyes. Well, years ago, when he was working in construction, he also did welding. And there was a time or two where he had little pieces from welding taken out of his eye. So they wanted to do an x-ray just to check his eye orbits to make sure that there wasn't anything in there. Now, if there was something in there after 30 or 40 years, I'm sure he would have had trouble before now, but we did the x-rays just to be on the safe side because, you know, an MRI is this big, giant magnetic thing. Well, he also told them that he has a BB from a BB gun in his upper lip. Now, you're going, my God, how did he do that? When he was a kid, him and his brothers were messing around with their BB guns. And you know how they play like they're in a fort or whatever, and they duck down behind stuff and they come up and they shoot. Well, his brother, it could have been a whole lot worse. His brother shot at him and a BB got lodged in his lip. Thank God it was just his lip and not an eye, or could have been dramatically worse. So he told them about this, and now my husband's 73 years old, and this happened when he was 13 or 14. So we all know that BBs back then were made differently than BBs are now. So, but they didn't put that together and thought, oh, well, yeah, we've done BBs before and it'll be fine. Well, they put him in the MRI machine. Now, of course, we all know it's this big, giant magnetic thing. And he was no sooner in it, and his lips started vibrating and getting hot. And the technician came around and she could feel it starting to pull. And she said, oh, no, we need to get you out of there. if that would have came out, it would have ripped his lip apart. So needless to say, we did not have an MRI done. Yeah, Mike is right. So we did not have an MRI done. He will be going for just instead of having what they call a guided biopsy, because the MRI would have told them what areas needed to be biopsied. They could target certain areas. Instead of having this, he will just have the random 12 punch biopsy. This is for his prostate. So we'll have that done in January, and then hopefully we can move on from there. This has been a hurry up so you can sit and wait kind of thing. But yeah. Annie, you're shaking your head. I'm going, I didn't think they'd be able to do it, but hey, I'm only a nurse. What do I know? I know nothing. I'm retired for 10 years. I know nothing. So we're still dealing, and I will probably be back to, especially once next week is over. Yes, he could have been. Do you know what? This is nasty. But you know how our needle minders have these earth magnets on them? I'm so tempted to see if one would stick to his lip. He'd probably shoot me. But I'm so tempted to try it. I didn't yet. Maybe I'll wait till he's asleep. And see if it sticks. That would be mean, wouldn't it? That would be really mean. So we're in a holding pattern. And it's going to be what it's going to be. And I've finally decided... I've just, you know what, it is what it is, and we'll worry when we have something to really, really worry about. But yeah, well, the first time he went to our dentist, the dentist didn't. Yeah, you're right, Lucia. We do need the doctors, but yeah, sometimes I tell the doctor what it is. Yeah. The first time he went to our dentist, which was many, many years ago, we've been going to this dentist for, I don't know, 40. He's been going longer than I am, and I'm going to the same one for 40 years. So the first time the dentist took x-rays of his teeth, he finds this foreign body. Well, he didn't know it was a foreign body. He didn't know what it was. But the BB showed up on the x-ray. Till finally Glenn told him, yeah, that's a BB in my lip. So since then, when our dentist goes to conferences, he takes these x-rays along and has people guess what this foreign body is in its lip. Such stories. It has given us many times enjoyment. Oh no, Lucia, the wound's not closed yet. Oh my goodness. Do you know? Oh my God, I feel for her. Do you have in your country, do you have what they call a wound vac? It's a okay, the easiest way to explain it, it's like a suck 'em up machine that they attach to your belly. I had you held a magnet to your mouth. I had, it's about 10 years ago now, I had some surgery for a colon resection due to diverticulitis. And 2 years later, my skin didn't, but my muscle came apart. So I had to go in and have that repaired. And when I had that repaired, a little while after that, I developed pockets of fluid that had to be drained. And I was going to the doctor every couple days to have the dressing changed and have it redressed. And then it ended up, I don't know if you all know what the word necrotic means, but it was dying. The tissue was dying and getting rotten. So I had to go in and have what they call a sharp debridement, where they go in and they cut all of that away. And after that, I had a wound vac put on, and it's what they do is they put like a foam inside the wound. Okay, and then that gets covered over with some clear dressing, and tubing gets attached to that, and it pulls blood into the area so that it heals faster. Is just the easiest way to explain it. It gives it like hyper oxygenation and blood so that they can heal the whole thing faster. And then instead of having to go in and have a dressing change every day or every couple days, you go in and you have it. Yes, that's what she got. Yes, they put a sponge in and the pump sucks it. Yes, exactly. Yes. And that is I think I had it for about a month. And then, see, here's what happened. This is not nice. What happened was, in the States, we're only allowed 12 weeks of family medical leave. Well, my surgery was about 3 weeks before my 12 weeks were up, the debridement. So no, I didn't have the wound back for a month. I had it for maybe 2 weeks. And when I went back to the doctor, he said, we're going to do what they call a delayed primary closure. So it was healed enough that he had enough tissue and whatever to close me up and get rid of the wound vac and have it heal normally. Well, my family medical leave was almost up. So a week and a half after he closed me up, I had to go back to work, or I was going to lose my job. Yeah. So yes. Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, some people it works faster, some people it doesn't. Look, I have enough extra tissue here that he could get away with closing it early. Yeah, but I had it closed. I had half my stitches taken out, and I went back to work. I was not ready to go back to work. I was all I could do to walk from one end of the building to the other. It was just horrendous. Although, even though I was management, I was assistant director of nursing, my director of nursing wasn't willing to keep my position for me. What does that tell you? So, yeah, not. Do they still use leeches? I don't think so. I don't know. I've not heard of that in a long time. So my best wishes to your mother, and I will send her healing thoughts. I really will. I know what she's going through, and my heart goes out to her. It really does. Well, I wasn't going to lose my job I could have still worked there, but not in the capacity that I was. They would keep me employed, but they would only give me a PRN position. They would not keep me in my assistant director of nursing full-time position. Yes, and fortunately, my insurance was wonderful and paid. I didn't pay anything. Of course, the employer didn't like me because I cost them a pretty penny because I had 3 surgeries in 3 months. Yeah. So anyway, back to stitching. Back to stitching. How about I'll show you a little bit about Markup. Have any of you used the since it's updated? I'm so excited. Let me take a drink. Okay, I'm going to show you my markup screen here. Let me find it. Ah, there it is. Haha, look at that. Hey, look who came out to play. Sir Frederick Frosty has come to visit us again. That's what I was going to stitch on today. This is the full chart now. The chart is now put together as one full chart, just like in Pattern Keeper. I love it. And you just, okay, what did I do here? Oh, hold on. I've got to pull this up. Okay, hopefully see that? And the more you pan out, the bigger the, there we go. You're leaving? Okay. Have a safe trip back with you.
Okay, thank you for everything. Sure. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I will let you guys know what the updates are. Okay, have fun.
Okay, sorry about that. My stepdaughter's here and she's heading back to Florida. Oh, I guess I got to turn my keyboard on. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so now this part works the same as Pattern Keeper. Okay, so you can zoom in and zoom out just with your fingers, like so. I love this. Okay, I got to move this so I can see your chat. It's such fun. And a lot of it works like Pattern Keeper. So I'm just gonna zoom you to the section that I'm working on. I'm working down here. Okay, and you can see my park threads. So you highlight, you park your threads. There's a lot of similarities to Pattern Keeper, but how you actually perform it is just a smidge different. So fortunately, I have this where, look, you can see my little cursor. Look at that. Is that not cool? So if I want to highlight, say, this solid slanted line, I'm just going to go up here and, okay, tap that. And then I'm going to go down here and tap the symbol I want. Oh, hold on. This is the part. Now I did exactly what messes people up. Do you see there is the yellow question mark that's already highlighted? If you do what I just did, highlight the magnifier, tap on another symbol, all it does is highlight that one. because it thinks you want it to join the question marks. So, got to get rid of that. Go back, and to get rid of the highlights that you already have, you got to tap on the marker, tap back on the magnifier, and now all those yellow marks on the question marks go away. Okay, now we're on the marker. If you want to highlight this slanted line, now it highlights them all. Okay, and then you can stitch them. And then once you stitch them, you change it back to the marker. I'm going to mark over here because I don't want to mess up where I am. And you just tap on it to mark them. Now, and you can mark a whole bunch of, well, it's hard to do that with this keyboard. Yeah, with the keyboard, I can only do one at a time. But with my finger, I could highlight a bunch. See? So I'm going to unhighlight them so I don't mess me up. And unhighlighting is the same way. Yeah. I can't stitch with paper anymore. I can't. So once I would stitch all of those, then I would, this is, my marker is highlighted. So to get rid of these, I would go back to the magnifier. That gets rid of them. So you have to like turn off what you have highlighted so that now we can highlight the next symbol. You want to do the hearts. Stitch those, mark them off. When you're done, okay, they're marked off. Now this is the thing too. If you don't, okay, I have the hearts highlighted. I can't just turn that off. Oh, I can just turn that off and have it go away. I'm learning new things all the time too. Okay, and then I want these. I stitch those, hit it again, I can turn it off. Okay, it's as simple as that. Personally, how did I bring in the chart? Just like Pattern Keeper. Just like Pattern Keeper. Let me go back here. Okay, I'll bring in a chart for you. Down here, whoops. Down here is a add new project. And I went to PDF and image files. And let's see, let's go to my Dropbox. Okay, we'll go to my iPad. Let's go to my, no, there's not many charts on my iPad. Let's go to my Dropbox. Let's go to my Heaven and Earth Designs. I have a few. Okay, this is one I'd like to, let's see, what one can we bring in? Oh, let's see. Log Cabin Home. How about that one? Okay. So you just tap on the one you want. Now you're going to get this page and you just answer the questions. Select the chart pages. So the chart pages are all the ones marked in green. And the app pretty much, since this is a Heaven and Earth design, knows which are the chart pages. So double check to make sure it has them all. And then hit next. Now it's going to ask you what's the layout. So It's pages 9 through 53, and they are numbered correctly because it goes, where's my thing? 9, 10, 11. So they are numbered in that direction. Martina, well, you have a great weekend too. Yes, catch up tomorrow. And if I don't get to talk to you before, if you celebrate, Merry Christmas. Have a great one. And I'll catch you next time. Have a great rest of your day. So our pages are numbered correctly. The first page is correct where it is. So where it says here, this is correct. If, for example, this would not be correct and say it was 5 across and 9 down instead of 9 across and 5 down, you would just, whoops, I'm back. You would just go down here to the bottom and pick the correct layout. But now we were correct at 9 across and 5 down. Okay, so as long as that's correct, you just hit next. Oh, I gotta do this. Now it's going to ask you about your overlap. Heaven and Earth Designs is always a 3. The 3 is highlighted. So now you hit next again. Next question is your color key. So that's highlighted in purple. And those pages are already correct. If it would not be, then you would, like, say this was not, you would change that to white if it was wrong. If it needs to be marked, you just tap on it and make it purple. Okay. So these are correct. You don't need the pages that tell you how many skeins of floss and all that. You just need the pages that tell you the solid heart is number blah, 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 and it's colored blah, blah. You don't even need the name of the color. You just need the symbol and the numbers. So once they're in, you just hit next again. Oops. Keep thinking I have to. Now it's going to ask you which page has a picture of your chart. Obviously, it's page 1. That's already highlighted in the purple. So you just hit next. And now it's going to do its thing. And there you go. This page, I really have not done anything with. But what you can do, if you so choose, is to double check that your symbols and your color numbers match. Okay, so that the sideways Roman numeral 2 is color 3371. And just make sure. I haven't found anything to be in error, so I kind of just figure, yeah, it's correct. And the picture looks fine. It doesn't look like it's off. So, yeah, it's fine. And then you just hit done. Oh, done. And your chart's in there. Yes, I have Autumn Church in here twice. And there you go. So then you can just tap on your chart. And there you are. And now you can just start stitching. There you have it. So when you open your chart, you don't have all those pages like before to filter through. When you first open up your chart, you're going to get one page. If you look down in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see View Full Chart. And you just tap on that, and now it's going to look blank. Candy, I will catch you next time. Have a great rest of your day. So there's your full chart. You see the outline of it. To actually see the symbols and what have you, you have to do just like in Pattern Keeper, and open it up, make it bigger, and you can see all that you need to see, so that if you're stitching on the diagonal, you can put your diagonal lines in, and you can go the length of the whole chart if you like. So here, look, we're keep on going and going and going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny and going. And it's 473 and going and going and going. By 600 and looks like 602. Okay, but yeah, that part works now just like Pattern Keeper. This was the deal breaker for me. This was the absolute deal breaker for me. The fact that it's now in one whole chart. This is because it has a lot of other features that I really, really liked. Now, I won't show them to you on this, but I'll show them to you on my other pattern. Here is linked views. If you turn that on, it actually links the page. So if I'm working on this page, let's just highlight a symbol. Okay, I'm working on this page. And I want to go to single page. It's going to take me right to the page I was working on. And I think I might have froze up here. Oh, I guess I got to do that. So if I go to single page view, it takes me right to that single page. If I am on the full chart and I'm over here working, and I go to single page view, it takes me to that area. Yes, you're exactly right, Bruce. There are excellent YouTube videos about markup. And the Facebook group is wonderful. I've even posted questions in the Facebook group, because what happened to me was I highlighted a symbol. It highlighted it on the page that I was on, but the rest of my pages were all gray. And I thought, well, now this is weird. What happened was Markup didn't recognize, for some reason, the symbols on the other pages. So all I had to do was tap on the gray pages, and it started picking them up. Yeah, I have just found this to be wonderful. So I'm going to close this one, and let's go into my Autumn Church. Okay, so now there's one page. Let's go to the full chart view. So as I bring that down, you can see what was done. Now, if I can see the color key here. So if I'm not sure about a color or the symbol, I can come here and check it. I can see the picture of what it looks like done. And this is my favorite part. My very favorite part. I've done 21, almost 22,000 stitches. I still have 324,000 to do. I'm at 6%. I only have one park thread, but then over here it tells me how many stitches I stitched on any day, and gives you a whole bunch of statistics there. If I go here, I can see what my history was. I can see this day I only stitched 56 stitches, where this day I did 669. So you can see the history, which I really like. Now, if you look up here, this is the number of stitches I did that month. So this is December. And so far I did 2,330. If I go back, September, I wasn't in here. October, I did 2358. Now that's when I put everything in here, so that's why that's higher. November, I did, again, put a whole bunch of stitches in that I marked off that I had previously stitched and hadn't tallied up. But there it tells me I marked off 13,000 stitches that month. Okay. December now is accurate for what I have actually stitched this month, and that's 2330. As you see, I have not worked on it for a few days. Yeah, that's the reason that there's 2 in here. Oh, because, okay, silly me, maybe switching again. Let's go back. So then you can either here hit the mark, the pencil up here, or you can go down. The other thing that's nice is this, you can put pictures and notes in. Yay, Annie, that's awesome. I knew you could do it. It's wonderful. So you could put pictures in, you can put notes in, and here on this last page, you can also make notes. That will also then forward back to this page, I think. Some of these things I'm still figuring out. Yeah, some of my notes here aren't exactly accurate because, this is where I frog stitches, and yeah, this is betwixt and betweens. Different starts are in this one. I'm still toying. I am still toying whether I am happy with the 22 count. I have a mess up in here again somewhere that I have to figure out where my mistake is, and I haven't quite figured that out yet. I have definitely come to the conclusion that on this particular chart, to willy-nilly all over the place, as in cross country, that's extremely confusing, and I'm making too many mistakes. 32 count, 10 just was not loving that. 20, when I tried the 28 count full cross, that one was when I was experimenting with Cross Stitch Saga. And my chart for this in Cross Stitch Saga was not Heaven and Earth's rendition of the chart. It was not a direct conversion. It was the same picture, but done by the person who made me the correct file to go into Cross Stitch Saga. It was a beautiful chart. It would look beautifully stitched. However, it gave new meaning to Confetti Hill. And I think that's the reason that I was not completely happy. So that's why this one is now in, because I'm giving 28 count another go. Yes, tell me I'm terribly crazy. Terribly crazy. But as you can see, I'm back to parking. I'm working it row by row. And it's 28 count, one strand over one. And I'm not upset with this one. I think this is the one that's going to win out. Yes, I know I have a ton of work done. I have 6% done on the other, but you know what? I'm not feeling it 100%. Okay, here I am, the fickle pickle again. You guys all know that. Oh, that's just the story of my life, is it not? Till I get my mind made up and get totally settled in with something. It tends to be a little bit of a, I am. Bruce, you're so right. I am a glutton for punishment. But you know what? There is something to be said for being happy with what you're doing. And you gotta love it. And when you're talking about a picture that is I know, if I restart every 2 months, I'm never going to get it finished. Well, let's see. It tells me, let me see, let me find that out in the info button. Okay, right now, restarting it, and all these numbers in here are now accurate, okay? I have 0.1% done. I did one stitch shy of 400 stitches. That took me an hour and 42 minutes. My tentative completion date is February 1st of 2030. February 1st of 2030, I will be, let me think, I'll be 80 in 32. I will be 78 years old. Yeah, well, I could do it. It could happen. It could happen. And that's, my daily rate has only been averaging out to be about 100 and, well, it says 133 stitches is what my stitch rate per day has been. So, I mean, let's see. I thought I was doing pretty good. Oh, here, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I went gung-ho the first day, and then the next 2 days, it wasn't quite as much. So, you know, pick up that stitch count a little bit. We'll get that number down. Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah, but you know what? It will be what it will be. And here's the whole deal. The whole deal is, are you enjoying what you're doing? That's the bottom line, folks. Are you enjoying what you're doing? If you're enjoying what you're doing, then I say you go for it. You absolutely go for it. If you're not enjoying it, you need to do something different. You need to do something different. So that's my deal on Markup RXP. And to be honest with you folks, I think I am especially now that this last update has come. This is the app I'm going to be using. Not that I don't like Pattern Keeper. I like Pattern Keeper. The other thing, let me go back here. Let me close this, is here's my By the Bay. And that was not hard to put in either. That goes in the same way as what I showed you, the heaven and earth. And if I click on full view, it puts, okay, I can't, but you can see it puts the two pages together. You have to put it big to see the symbols, but right in here, whoops, right in this area here is the page break, and it put it together perfectly for me. Oh, Bruce, the information is not that accurate when you bring in a partially finished chart in from another program, because if you mark off 10,000 stitches on the first day, it counts them in all. Yes. Well, that's what happened. That's what happened with Mr. Frosty here, Fred, which you haven't seen for a while. My information is not that accurate because, oh, I keep hitting my mouse and it doesn't work. Because see, it tells me my stitch rate per day was 793. I don't stitch 793 stitches in a day. Yeah. So yeah, it's not that accurate. Especially if when you bring it in, if you have to mark off stitches to catch it up to what you actually had stitched. Did I read in the group that he's working on something? Can you bring in, Bruce, can you bring in a chart from Pattern Keeper? Like something that's already marked off in Pattern Keeper and bring it into this? I wasn't sure that you could do that. Or when you say another program, do you mean something like GoodNotes or, yeah, I'm not quite sure there. Like I said, I've only played around with and figured out what I figured out on my own, to tell you the truth. The other thing that's interesting that you guys might want to know before I leave this screen is this lock up here. If you tap the lock, I guess I have to do it this way. That makes it that you can't undo any of these stitches. Like if I'm just here in the have that on and I tap any of these stitches, it won't unmark them. Where if I unlock this, I can unmark the stitch if I made a mistake. So if you don't want to accidentally unmark things, put your lock shut. The other best advice I can give you is over here where you see the disc. When you are done stitching for the day, save it. Because sometimes you go back in and your stitches that you stitched aren't marked anymore. So make sure you save it before you exit. Ah, marked stitches don't transfer. Okay, got you. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. So you'd have to go in and mark everything. Yeah, that's what happened to me. That's why some of my numbers were so high, is because I had to remark things that I had saved it, like did the backup. So if you go back out here, I wonder if my keyboard here ran out of juice. If you go back out here and you hit the 3 lines, you can export it and back it up. Okay, so I did that. And then when I brought it back into the program, I had stitched some things using Pattern Keeper that weren't on this. So I had to remark things that I had stitched. So yeah. But guys, I'm all about it. I really like this one. I really like this one. And I can use it on my iPad, which is a bigger screen. That too makes me happy. So that's Markup. So I'm going to sneak back here to me. Oh, here I am again. So I hope that was helpful to all of you. And yeah, again, it's choice. It's your choice. Just know, I just like to let you know what's out there. If it's something you want to try, and yeah, fine. If not, hey, that's all right too. Do what works for you. If you are forever and ever going to stitch from paper, go for it. If that's what works for you, that's what you do. If Pattern Keeper is your cup of tea and that's what you want to stick with it. Whatever works for you. I have found that this has worked for me beautifully. And I kind of enjoy seeing the statistics. Not that I'm Missy, you're going to try it after Christmas. Good for you. Now, here's the other thing that you need to know. The other thing that you need to know is when I purchased Markup, it was a one-time fee and done. Okay. It is now a subscription. Okay. So that you pay an annual fee for it. I was lucky enough to have it early enough that I got grandmothered or grandfathered in so that I do not pay that annual fee. I paid for it initially, and that is being honored. Anyone that purchases it now will have it as an annual subscription, and they'll have to renew that every year. I honestly don't know what that subscription fee is, but I can't imagine that it's that terrible much. And then again, if you purchase it for a year and you decide you don't like it, you don't renew it. You know, since I've done that with programs too, didn't renew it. Yes, Bruce, it still has a bit of a learning curve. Heather, to get a huge Mirabilia chart in it, I think you would have to, I'll play with it because I want to put my Bella Filipina in it. I think you would probably have to scan it in sections, save it as a PDF, and then when you save it as a PDF, put your pages in the correct order in that PDF file, and then import it that way. Probably not 100% sure. Fee is only around $1 a month, or $9.99. 9.99 pounds, British pounds. Yeah, so that's, I mean, really seriously, in the grand scheme of things, that's not bad. It's really not bad at all. That's about average cost for a lot of apps. And I know I had Knit Companion at one time, and I believe that was around that same price. Oh, you have to align the grids. Okay. You brought them in as images and then they align the grids. Okay. So, Annie, if you would, oh, you don't get a search. Okay. No, Lucia, €12 a year is not bad. I'll have to play around with that. Making images, and I'm wondering if you couldn't just make an image of the legend and put that in. Yeah, Bruce, that's very true. That's very true. In the States, or at least here in Pennsylvania, for people who smoke, cigarettes are about $10 a pack. So all you have to do is give up one pack of cigarettes and you have it paid for. Yeah, think of all, oh wow. Think of all the money you could save and spend on needlework stuff if you quit smoking. Again, your choice. No judgment. Your choice. I don't even want to know what it costs where you are, Lucia. Oh, Tina, that's good to know. You can use notes to scan the entire chart, save it, and then send it to Markup. Yes, I have Wind Stitch also, Annie. Yes, you can do the onion skin thing. Now, that's going to take some time to chart it on top of the chart. Oh, Starlet, no, we're not giving up chocolate. Nope. You've used it to create a memorabilia PDF that you brought into Pattern Keeper, so now you're going to try it with Markup. Let us know how that works. That's quite interesting. Bruce, that's good. Hey, do you know what? Why not? It's a much healthier thing. Yeah, Tina, you're exactly right. I don't. Since I started going electronic in my for my charts, etc., I can't stitch from paper. I will if I have to, but I just find it a little more difficult to stitch. It's so nice to be able to just look and see, oh, okay, it's over here, then it's down here, then it's there. Yeah. Yeah. It's really quick. There's no counting. You just mark the chart as if using pattern. Well, you know what? That's true. That's true. And Annie, I'm going to try that because I do have wind stitch, and I have my Bella Filipina that I'm going to start the first of the year. So I might have to play around with that. Might have to play around with that a little bit. Lucia, you're going to the chocolate factory for Christmas chocolates. I don't need any more chocolates. Even though it's my best favorite thing. Give me all the chocolate. Well, here I am again and didn't do 1 ounce of stitching. Not once. And I kind of closed my tablet here. But Frosty's on the frame next to me. Do you know what? That's true, Bruce. Once you go electronic, it is hard to go back. I mean, I started. Casey, you want to go to the chocolate factory too? Well, come to my house. The chocolate factory is right up the road. Actually, I have several chocolate factories near me. Yeah. Hershey chocolate is about half hour from me. Dove chocolate is about 45 minutes from me. And Wilbur chocolate used to be another half hour the other direction from me. So yeah, we got lots of chocolate around here. Yeah, Bella Filipina is in 14 count when using onion skin. Yeah, and that's okay. That's fine. Oh, hey, Jody. Have you been just sitting back there keeping quiet again? Yep, it sounds like a road trip. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I actually probably just come on here and visit more than I actually stitch. I don't get. You missed Dove chocolate. Oh, it's very good. I have some. I could send you a piece. You know what, Linda? I'm not sure if you can adjust your start date or not. Let me look. That's a very, very good question. Because if you can, info. Back here. Nope. Back here. Well, it gives you the date that you created the project. And it gives you the date that you started marking it. But oh, Jody. Yes, Bruce, I live about half hour from Hershey. Mileage, it's closer. It just takes a half hour because of the traffic. Yeah, about a half hour east. From what I see here, it does not look like you can adjust the start date, but that's not to say that it's something some people couldn't suggest. Oh, Jody, you're not feeling well. Why is that? There's a lot of stuff going around. In fact, my daughter just texted me yesterday to say, did you and Dad get sick? Because we were down to see them because Abe's birthday was last Friday. The little stinker turned 9 years old. I told him he's not allowed to get any bigger. And after during the week, they had the flu. So she, of course, asked if we got sick because she's always worried that, we're around them and they get sick and then we come home and get sick, and neither one of us did. So we're good. We're good. But, so feel better, Jody. Whether to use glass lens size batteries or electric or brand, do I have any ideas on a magnifying stand with light? Oh, I would say I'm not sure. Do you want a magnifier that's on a stand? Do you want a magnifier that clips on and has a light? Because there's many kinds out there. I would say check out Amazon and find some. Now you can probably see it behind me above my chair there. That's a Dazor magnifier. They're very expensive, and I wish I would have gotten a different lens. This one is just a small round one. I wish I would have gotten the larger square one, but they are excellent magnifiers. It's a lot of what you see in doctor's offices, but they are expensive. They are very expensive. You check Amazon, Pat. There are ones that have stands. I think there's a daylight that fits on a stand. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about magnifiers, just like the ones that I have. Your dog's driving you crazy, Bruce. 6 wild turkeys in your front yard. Oh, we had some in our backyard a couple years ago, but haven't seen them since. Dog's still in the Thanksgiving mode. Oh my. Yeah, I would say I don't know if anybody else has any ideas for Pat as far as magnifiers. What's the one I have? It's something Bright Tech. It sits on the floor, and let me see if I can find it on that. I think it's called Bright Tech. Yeah. It sets on the floor and it has a piece. They have several different kinds. Oh, I disconnected my iPad from the thing. Search Bright, BRIGHT, Tech, TECH, magnifying floor lamp. And there's several different kinds. There's one that's just on a base, and then the neck of it just bends and brings the magnifier over your work. There's a kind that's also on a rolling stand, and they come in white or black. Here, let me flip this. Okay, let me rearrange here a little bit. Oy vey. That make me look funny. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Oh, wait. There you go. This is the one I have. That's a little bit different, but it's still that's a daylight. This is the one on a rolling stand, and that's $150. These are $114. So they're on Amazon. They're Bright Tech floor stands or floor magnifiers. An Ot light is another one. Bruce, you're absolutely right. Reading glasses from Target work just as well. Or, oh shoot, I don't have them here. Here they are. These. They clip on your glasses like this. And you look like this. But these are great. I love them. I love them because you can have your stitching here. You can look up and still see very clearly at a distance, or I can look down at my iPad and still see that and not have to do this to get it up out of the way so I can see something down here. These are wonderful, and I got them off of Amazon, and they are not expensive at all. And just look up this. Okay, they come with, okay, how do I open it? Oh, this way. Okay, this goes to show you how often I've used them. I put the one lenses on and I've never opened this again. Anyway, there's extra lenses in here. They're different magnifications. How the heck does it? Okay, I'm being really silly, I guess. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it comes with, what are these? 3.0. 1.0. something. And 2.5. So there's extra lenses. Lucia, I use them just so that my eyes don't get so tired. Since my glasses have been readjusted now and things are great, and I can finally see better again because my glasses from my previous eye doctor were all wrong. I just use them to prevent eye strain because I stitch pretty much. Yes, I did the same thing, Bruce, when I had my cataracts taken out. I had corrective lenses put in. So my distance vision is fine without glasses. I only need them for close work. And I have a bifocal where the correction is in the bottom. The top is basically pretty much just glass. And then I use these to give me a little more magnification so that I don't get so much eye strain. There's also another kind of similar to this, and they clip on your glasses, but the lens part is right up against, almost right against your lens. And those you definitely do have to flip up to be able to see. Like if I want to check my chart on my iPad, I would have to flip those up. Where these I like much better. Much better. So, I mean, it's just a question of what you want. And the other thing, Pat, is a good light. If you have a good light and something like this, you can probably get away for less dollars than buying a magnifier on a stand. It just depends on what your need is, or what you would, what you have intended to. Lucia, you don't like stitching under artificial lights. I know. Yeah. You only stitch with daylight. Yeah. I stitch just as much in the evenings as I do during the day. So yeah, pretty much use artificial light. But like I said, if you want an inexpensive alternative, just get yourself a good light and something like this. Or here's sometimes I'll even put my cheater glasses on, and this this is what I do. I have my regular glasses and I put these on top. Yeah. I can look up over them to see far away. I can look and see my chart, and I can see my stitching. So yeah, there you go. Well, guys, what else do we have to chat about? Once again, I just stitched not a stitch. But I can show you Frosty if you'd like to see him. I'll take him off the Q-snap. I don't mind doing that. He has had a little bit more progress here of late. He was supposed to be done for this Christmas. Well, Bruce, have a wonderful holiday season also. And I am so glad to see you. I'm so glad you stopped in. Don't be so quiet. Let us know you're here. And you have a very Merry Christmas. A very Merry Christmas. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This was supposed to be done for this Christmas, and I was supposed to have my son-in-law's done for this Christmas. But, you know, we fell down other rabbit holes. So, here you go. So, we're about halfway. We're about halfway. And as you see, I have not started the one for my son-in-law. Yeah, doesn't he? Oh, doesn't he look wonderful? And I've come to the conclusion. Here we go again. Thanks, folks. He is, I do like him, and I enjoy working on him, and I need to get him finished, and I need to make the one for my son-in-law. So those are going to be priority for 2023. But I have come to the conclusion, I know it's a little, for me, it's not as fast as I would like it to be. I think I just have to go back to the parking and probably row by row and the parking. I was making too many mistakes and doing too much frogging. So, as much as I hate to admit that, I kind of just think that's where it's going to have to be at. Since I switched this back, now Frosty I hadn't done a lot of mistakes on because he does have, oh, what are we stuck to here? Oh, he does have more sections of color, you know, that like all that, where am I here? All that white. Oh, good Lord. There we go. You know, I'm getting into where it's going to be a whole lot of white going on. So I wasn't getting as messed up. But my autumn church, I was making far too many mistakes and I was spending as much time ripping as I was, or I should say frogging, unstitching, as I was stitching. So I went back to the diagonal and went back to parking. Yeah, I hear you, Celia. Now I've not, I didn't want to do the Royal Rose because that's completing the color within that column, and some of the areas that I'm going to be stitching are terrible, terrible confetti. So for me, it's easier. It keeps me on track better to do the row by row thing. As Needle Ninja would say, the snake method. Lucia, Royal Rose, as I understand it, and these guys can correct me if I'm wrong. As I understand it, you work 10 stitches wide, like 1 10 by 10 wide by 2 10 by 10 deep, and you color complete within that 10 by 20 area and park in the next set of two, like in the next 20 by 20 or 10 by 20 area. If it's not in there, you can park you work left to right. If it's not in the 200 stitches below, you can park to the right. I think I am explaining that correctly. Yes, I did, Missy. I saw she was on. Oh, I was beginning to think something happened. She's been away for so long. And it looks like she's back to her snake method too. She was trying other things. As we all do, and there's nothing wrong with that. You all know my philosophy. My philosophy is experiment, and experiment as much as you want, because that's how you find out what's going to work and what's not going to work. And what sometimes my stitching changes dependent upon my mood. And right now my mood is saying, you need to go back to your diagonal and row by row snaking method, which, by the way, which was originally what brought me to YouTube and started all of this. Those were my original videos that just blossomed into all of this. Do you believe that? Parking on the diagonal, row by row. It was my take on Blitz Stitch's diagonal stitching method. You know, he has his method, and mine was a variation of his, and that was the beginnings of all of this. Well, you know what, Lucia? If that works for you, you go for it. There is nothing wrong with that. Pick that color, finish that thread. Who cares what the back looks like? Who cares? Do I care what the back looks like on this? No, it's going to be made into a stocking. It's going to get fusible stuff put on the back. See, here's the back. Yeah, that's the back. I don't care what it looks like. It's not too bad, but I don't care, because it's going to get fusible stuff put on the back. It's going to get covered, made into a stocking. I don't care what it looks like. Oh, well, you're welcome, Pat. You're quite welcome. Yep, this is what those initial videos turned into. Can you believe that? It's hard for me to believe. It is truly very hard for me to believe. It was a simple, this is what my way of stitching is, or what I have taken from his method. And it just blossomed. It just blossomed into this. I'm just amazed. Parking's like the deep art of cross stitching. Case, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You just do what works for you. That is why you see with every video I will put, the only rules are the ones you set for yourself. There's no rules. Don't let anybody fool you. It is whatever works for you. What works for me might not work for you. I am happy to share with you stuff that I do or stuff I have learned. I'm happy to do that. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, you know what? It's is what it is. What works for me isn't going to work for everybody. And that's why this community is so great, because everybody has a little bit that you can take a little bit from this person and a little bit from this person and a little bit from this person, and you can mold that into something that works for you. That's the beauty of all of this. I mean, that's what a lot of us have done. It's no hard and fast, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. It doesn't work that way. The other thing is, if you are happy with what you have stitched and you are satisfied with that outcome, that's all that matters. And you're right, Celia, what works for one project might not work for the next one. It's the way it is. Don't let anybody tell you you're doing something right or you're doing something wrong. Well, if they tell you you're doing it right, say, oh, thank you very much. If you're doing something that they think is wrong, don't let anybody lay that upon you. Because there is no wrong. Don't let anybody say, oh, this shouldn't look like this or this shouldn't look like that. What you say is, it is my stitching. I have stitched it in a manner that made me happy. I have enjoyed every moment, and I am perfectly happy and all right with my outcome. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter. As long as what you see in front of you, and you know what, I'm my own worst enemy. I'm going to pick this apart and say, ooh, well, that stitch is a little loose. The tension isn't quite right, the same as that one. And oh, there's this little itty bitty thread that sticks up there that came through to the front. You know what? I'm my own worst enemy. Will I fix some of those things? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, hello, Storm Song Stitching. Welcome. I'm glad you're stopping by today. So, bottom line is just do what makes and works for you. Absolutely. A little of this, a little of that, shake well and enjoy. Wonderful. Lucia, parking doesn't work for you. Gives you stress. And you know what? It does me too. Sometimes those threads just drive me craziness. And then I know it's time. What I've decided now is if that happens, if I get that, I'm going to pull my hair out kind of feeling, I've decided that that's when I'm going to lay my cross stitch down for just a bit. And I forgot to bring it over here, but I have a piece of Hardanger started. It is a sampler that I found on Etsy. And if you're not in the group, if you are someone who likes to do Hardanger, there's a group called Hardanger Embroidery, and that group is stitching this sampler. It's 3, 6, 9, I think it's 12 blocks, and they're each bordered by a 4-sided stitch. And then each block has different filling stitches in. I think it was I'm not sure if it was my last video or the video before. There is a link in the drop down box for anybody who'd like to stitch it along with me. I will be doing a video to show you where I'm at. And if you want to stitch it with me, I will show you how to do the 4-sided stitch. And I am on the second block because I started that to take along to doctor's offices with me. But wouldn't be hard for you to catch up. And I've already done a video on how to do the ships, the things that look like little flowers. So it shouldn't be too hard to catch up if you'd like to stitch along. Let's see. Storm, you're still trying to find the right parking method. And there's lots of videos out there for that. You know, all I can say is just watch some and make your own, come up with your own. Brandy, did I see? Okay, this flip. Where's my? There it is. Oh my goodness! Now I got too much stuff here in front of me. Oh, gotta sneak back up here. Hold on. Oh, you have a sinus infection. No, 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 no. That's not right. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. When your 9-year-old son said, "Mom, I thought you liked cross stitching. What are you stressing about?" It was a wake-up call. Well, you know what? He's right. He's absolutely right. It should be enjoyable. Find your fun. Esther, hello. Your organized stitching with parking would drive most crazy, but right. Everyone needs to stitch what they want. Yes. Hi, Vicky. How do I organize my loose thread and bobbins? I just have a big tote full and need help. Well, I don't use bobbins anymore. I kind of gave up on bobbins. It's too much winding. So I have, and you probably can't see it, back here on top of these carts is a big flat container about this deep that I have floss away bags in, and I have one bag for each color, and they're all filed in that box and in a few drawers in the cart. So that is my thread supply. When I'm doing a project, I make a bag for each color, and I set up a tray like this for my project. So this has all my colors in. It has a place to put my threads. It has my scissors. It has my eye drop because I have dry eyes. It has something to grid with because my fabric right now is not gridded, and a little container with extra needles. But this is what I do now. And I am finding this, for me, has worked out the best. If there's thread left in these, what I have been doing is just putting these envelopes in with the other floss away bags of that color. So I might have several bags of the same color, but they're all filed together so that when I'm pulling a new project, if I need 161, and I have several bags in there, I'll just pull one of the already started bag, one of the bags that already has thread in. Okay. So I don't take them out of this bag and put them back in the other bag. I just put these bags in, and then when I have a new project, if there's several bags of the same color, I'll just pull one of those and put it in this. So that's what I've been doing lately, and so far that's been working. Vicky, I got the tray on Amazon. I got everything on Amazon. Oh, let's see. You've been 3D printing. You have a few thousand. Wow. I don't know. I tried thread drops, and what I didn't like about them is everything was getting tangled. Opening bags drove you crazy. Yeah. It does. Although the other side of that is it isn't getting tangled up. Brandy, you have Pip and Chip as your main master set. Hope it works. Not the bobbin ones. Oh, the ones like Teresa got. Yeah, yeah. And then I think what she's doing is she has those as her master set. And then for a project, she'll just pull a strand. Well, when I say strand, I mean a strand of 6 off and put it on another either Annie's Keeper or floss drops. Not Annie. She'll put it, she has Annie's Keepers, so she may put it on her Annie's Keeper. You don't have leftovers, Lucia. Yeah, I even tried those Payco things, and oh, my floss got so ratty looking. I just didn't like that. And you know what? Everybody's different too, and you just got to find the thing that works for you. Also, and this, people go, oh my goodness, I have to flip through all those bags. But really, all I do is sit there and I just have to run my hand across the top like this, and I can see the numbers really quickly and pull out the one I need. And I have them pre-cut in here. So these are all pre-cut to 18-inch lengths. So really, I'm just pulling out one strand. Yeah, so again, it's individual preference. It's whatever you like the most, and whatever works the best for you. This I found I liked because my bigger projects I don't travel with. I'm either over here in my porch or I'm over in the living room, and I just grab this and my piece and take it with me. You're absolutely right, Starlet. I'm putting myself on the Payco. Paycos, yes. If you just have a few colors, that's okay. They would be fine. However, when you're talking 80, 90, 100, 130 colors, yeah, it gets too much. Yeah. I have it's over in the living room too. I have a wooden, it's not a ruler, but it's a wooden thing that you wrap your thread around it. I think I had showed it in a previous video. You just wrap your thread around that, and then there's a groove, and you cut in the groove, and it gives you your 18-inch lengths, which is very fast to do that. And then I just stick it in a bag. So that's what's been working for me. And like I said, everybody's different. You just got to find the thing that works for you. again, that's why this community on YouTube is such a wonderful place, because you can go in and you can see, oh, that's how so and so does it, or that's how this person does it, or oh, I like the way that person does it. Maybe I have to try that. The only downside to that is you may be trying quite a few different systems before you come up with the one that works for you, and that can run into some dollars. And you found floss bags work best. They protect floss best from all the spiders. Yeah, I'm just liking it at this point. You know, if it's a smaller project with not many colors, I may use one of those plastic things that you can loop your thread onto. You had them in cubed shelves set up by hundreds, then each thread had an individual bag. Yeah. Legal printed cross-stitch canvas. Wanting to get something like that as I have to go to hospital for monthly infusions. Just, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Legal printed cross-stitch canvas. So do you mean like a pre-printed design, a design that's already printed on the fabric, so that you're just, and it's not a pirated chart? I'm not sure, but if I come across, I will let you know. And I hope they can treat you. I hope they can treat your MS to keep that. Makes it livable. There's so many treatments out there. Has anybody ever done a hay design by Jeff Pritchard? I love pictures, but I'm afraid they look fake. I guess with cross-stitching it. I have not done any by him, but I would imagine that you're afraid they look fake. Well, let's just give him a gander. I think I know. I remember. I have to always look them up. Yes, if I find any that are legal, printed on, I will let you know. I guess it helps if you use the right keyboard, doesn't it? Oh, for Pete's sake. As I said, it helps if you use the right keyboard. I would definitely say, as far as As far as pre-printed designs, stay away from Joy Sunday, because those, I believe, are not legal designs. I think. I'm pretty sure. At least I do not know that from experience. That is what I have heard. Oh, those are his. Oh, no, I don't know that these ones by... In fact, I have this Fingers of God. Yeah, I don't know that they look fake. Don't know till you try. Oh, let's see. What am I missing here? Paco. Floss bag works best. Okay, yes, print on fabric. There is a floss tuber. Okay, dimensions would probably be okay if you can find some of them. Yeah, don't touch Joy Sunday. Well, hello, James. How are you? So glad you stopped by. Hi, Allison. An intuitive stitcher from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Well, you're just down the road from me. You are not too far away. About Bethlehem, let me see. Maybe an hour and a half, down 22. I'm up by Hershey Park. Jan Lynn, yeah, those might be some. We'll have to check around, and if I find some, I'll send you a message. Yeah. I know there has to be some out there. But like I said, I would stay away from AliExpress, because a lot of those are not the legal ones. And their copyright rules are a lot different than those in the States. So for them, it might not be a copyright infringement to do that. Whereas here in the States, it is. So, yeah. Oh, were they at Hershey Park? Oh, well, you probably went right by me. Yeah. Well, we'll have to check around for you. You're teaching your friend how to stitch. It would be helpful. The other thing is just to find a simple cross stitch design and do it on some larger fabric, as opposed to 14 count is a good count for people to learn on, because it's big, it's not too big, and then it's easier to progress from there. Different people start different ways. I know some people who started right out on even weave and never looked back, and it's all baptism by fire. But when you have someone to show you, it's makes it a lot easier. Hello, Barbara. Glad you stopped by. You just watched my single strand loop start. Yeah, that's a good method, isn't it? That really works. Works well. The single strand loop end, to me, if I'm going to have to tack it somewhere, why do the loop? But it was a method I had found out from somebody else and just referred it on. Oh, well, she's stitching on a unicorn design on 16 count with pattern keeper. Good for her. Good for her. It's just practice. It's just an X. My comment is, can you sew an X to sew on a button? If you can do that, you can cross stitch. You just follow the chart. Just follow the chart. People look at my Stitcher's Retreat hanging in my living room and they go, oh my God. Oh my God, did you stitch that? Yeah, it's one X at a time. I followed a chart. If it said put this color here, I put that color there. How am I ending threads these days? I'm either flipping over and threading them under the back, or I'm doing an away thread and eventually stitching over it. Yeah. Oh, you do the two-stranded in loops, but end up doing it a couple times rather than... Okay. You have a groove in your finger. Oh, but it is a knack. It is a knack, and it depends on the needle that you're using. I find it, if I'm using the ballpoint needles, the Easy Guide ballpoint needles, I have trouble threading it that way too, the way that I've showed you. If you're using say a bohin tapestry needle, it's not that one. I can flip it right in. Now this is a piece of pearl cotton on this, but yeah, it's all in the... Yeah, I don't know if I have a piece long enough here to get it up at the camera. It's all in the finger and the wrist. Yeah, I can't get it close enough. But I just lay it over my finger, lay the needle on top. And when I lay the needle on top, I just take my finger forward and push, and it pushes this teeny little loop in there. You believe an artist should always be rewarded for their work, whether it is legal to copy or not. Appreciate the art, show your appreciation, buy it legal, so they get the reward. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. A lot of artists end up... Yeah, Allison, just do an away. I just go down a couple rows, bring the thread to the front, clip it off short, and eventually stitch over it. And it's been fine. It's been fine. If you're working on like 25 count even weave, it's really, you can do a pin stitch, but it's hard. It's hard to do a pin stitch on that. If you're working on a 22 count, you could do a pin stitch. I think a lot of the way you end also depends on your fabric. This is 20 count Aida cloth, so a pin stitch isn't hard to do. I can do a pin stitch on this, but still, I more often than not either flip it over, or I end up, like I said, going down a couple rows, pull it to the front, snip it off close, end up stitching over it. Honestly, that's the easiest and the quickest. And while I showed you my back, it doesn't look terrible for doing that. Oh, wrong way. You know, because you're stitching over it, and I don't really have lots of little ends sticking out all over the place, so yeah, and I think quickest, easiest way to go. Well, guys, I have been here for going on 2.5 hours, and it is now getting close to our dinner time. So I'm waiting for my husband to come and say, you know what, are you soon ready to eat? So I think I'm going to have to call it a day. And yeah, I love to sit here and chat. Didn't stitch a stitch again, but that's okay. It's just as much fun to sit here and chat with you guys. So those of you who watched the last video and did the stitching for an hour and put your numbers up, I don't know what's for dinner. It's a surprise. It's a surprise. He usually cooks, and so it's called mystery dinner. So those of you who participated in the last video and put your numbers down for an hour's worth of stitching, I will be posting a video on the 23rd, which will be, what is that, next week? Next week, where's the calendar? Next Friday, actually. And announce what the category was to win, and B, who the winners were. So you'll see a video for that next Friday. So look for that. And I really thank each and every one of you for stopping by today. You make it so wonderful. I truly, truly enjoy sitting and chatting with each and every one of you. I love you all. You are the best group of people that I can think of. So with that, I wish each and every one of you a very, very Merry Christmas if you celebrate, a Happy Hanukkah if that's what you celebrate, a joyous season of whatever it is that you celebrate. Enjoy your family during this time. You never know what tomorrow brings. And just have a great time. So I will see you for sure next Friday. I may, depending on how things go this week, be able to get another a stitch with me in where I actually stitch. We'll see how that goes. So my friends, you know the deal. You know the drill. You know what I'm going to say. There's no rules in cross stitching, only the ones you make for yourself. So I will see you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday and a very Merry Christmas. So bye for now. Love to you all.